NASRDA and Citizen Science Group. Our topic for today's live session is how do different fields of STEM relate to citizen science and astronomy. And today to discuss on this topic, we have not only one but two speakers. First, we have Philippa Udi with us here today. She is a space scientist for NASRDA. She is a member of the network of researchers on the emergence of life. She is also a robotic scientist and involved in mentorship programs for African women in space robotics. And our next speaker is Mrs. Amoli Kakkar. She is an amateur astronomer, a citizen scientist, an AAVSO observer, and an active member of the Citizen Science Group. So without any further ado, I'd like to request our first speaker, Philippa Udi, to proceed to today's session. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, hello. Can you see the slides?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Philippa, and I work with the Nigerian Space Agency, which is called the National Space Research and Development Agency. And I work with the Physical and Life Sciences department. And before I start, I would like to give a brief introduction on our space agency. Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, sorry for the break in transmission. Yeah, hello. So I'd like to give a brief introduction of our Nigerian Space Agency. So if you take a look at what you're seeing is some buildings in our space agency. And our Nigerian Space Agency was established on the 5th of May, 1999, after a preparatory period since 1998 for the fundamental policy of space development and technology. So now I'd like to speak, our Director General and Chief Executive Officer is Dr. Halilu Hamad Shaba, and he has brought the agency to a point where we are known as the giant in the space industry in Africa. And he also encourages international collaborations and participations. And he also encourages webinar STEM outreach program just like this one. So I'll talk briefly on our milestones and our achievements. So in 2015, our space agency helped to combat Hurricane Katrina and tsunami. That's our Nigerian Satellite 1, which was deployed to manage the two world disasters that occurred in Gulf Coast of the United States and Southeast Asia. This affected quite a whole lot of people, and it was a huge breakthrough for our space agency over here in Nigeria. So now let's go to our topic of discussion, which is how do STEM relate with citizen science and astronomy? But first, I would like to speak on the citizen science. Now, citizen science, which was an initiative of NASA, Citizen Science, which involves the participation of volunteers. That when we say volunteers, we mean people who may not be working in the space industry, anyone from the public can participate in scientific process, addressing real-world problems in ways that can formulate researches, conduct scientific experiments, and can lead to discovery. Now, citizen science is very important for STEM students because it creates a career path for them, and it gives them a hands-on experience of what astronomy and space science is all about. Now, the good thing about citizen science is for those people who are not working in the space industry, they can have access to make discoveries which are very, very important. For example, the near-Earth object observations of asteroids, which engages the public. Now, it's equal opportunities, whether you're from the space industry or you're from any walks of life, you can be involved in that discovery and you'll be credited certification for such discoveries. And they give you the naming abilities after a certain period of time. So now let's talk about, because it involves a large crowd of people from the public, integrity of the work is going to be put into consideration. Now, the quality and trust of citizen science. Now, to achieve data quality improvements in citizen science is necessary to identify high quality. This means that for volunteers who are new into citizen science and astronomy, certain trainings are being given to them to enhance their skills. And these data that are gotten from a high professional telescope, it could be from the space agencies or international universities like Arizona. They present this data to the public and call for their help in making this scientific discovery. Now, after the training, volunteers are allowed to participate directly under the International Astronomical Search Collaboration, ISIC. Now, the aim of the citizen science, we're going to talk about the quality and the integrity. That's formulating research questions, conducting experiments, collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and then making preliminaries and provisional discoveries. So now, what is the benefit of citizen science to a volunteer or to a space scientist? Now, knowledge is power. Knowledge is wealth. With knowledge, you can carve a niche for yourself in the space industry, and you can use it as a career booster for yourself. Now, citizen science can generate enormous scientific discoveries and results to monitoring the impact on the environment and human lives. Now, this data from citizen science has been shown to influence the policies and decision-making that serves as a powerful tool to enhancing life. Now, so we're going to go into astronomy. Now, what is astronomy? Astronomy is the study of objects in the celestial bodies, universe, Earth, atmosphere. Now, when we're talking about the celestial objects, we're talking about objects that we can see with our naked eyes, like the sun, the moon, the planets, and any object in the universe. But we should not mistake astronomy for cosmology, because we've had so many cases where the two were interwoven, but they are two separate entities, because cosmology is just the study of the universe as a whole, while astronomy is focusing on the celestial object. Now, when we talk about STEM, what is STEM? S is for science, the T is for technology, the E is engineering, and M is mathematics. Now, for STEM students who would love to have a hands-on experience of science practicals, citizen science is the best way for them to go. And for those who are trying to have passion and the will to also be involved in the space activities, astronomy is very, very recommended. Now, is astronomy a STEM field? I'll tell you yes, because STEM lays a foundation for the study of astronomy. There will be no study of astronomy without science. So now the STEM field, without a doubt, is astronomy is a STEM field. Now, we have interdisciplines in the STEM, which is physics, chemistry, computing, mathematics. Now, all these are related and embedded in STEM, which is the science, technology, and engineering and mathematics. Now, for those of the STEM students who would like to work in a space agency, you can become an astrochemist, astrophysics, astrobiologist, and statistics for mathematicians, or a cosmologist. And then for engineering students, they can also take part in instrumentation, astronomy, and planetarium sciences. Now, we're going to talk about citizen science. It offers youths and educators, volunteers, the public, unique opportunities to observe and explore the world through authentic research experience, which is very necessary for STEM students, building them and building capacity building and making them future scientific discoverers. And also the field of citizen science, it varies, it spreads across. It is not limited to astronomy. It is also relevant in computer science, medicine, psychology, engineering, and just so many other fields that citizen science is related with. Now, astronomical observations, especially those with funding. Now, we have so many research programs in citizen science and astronomy that requires funding, because right now, citizen science is the hit in the market, is like the hot cake in the space industry and also to the community at vast. Now, it provides access to facilities, including observatory equipment and data capture, primarily for scientific researches. What this means is that you get a hands-on experience with space agencies and universities who make observations with their telescope. Now, you get this hands-on experience with real-life data that you can observe and make your discoveries. Now, citizen scientists' observations are astronomical observations from professional telescope, like I said. Although there are also telescopes that can be deployed by normal volunteers for observatory studies, which is very, very well encouraged. And so far, so good. Citizen science worked in astronomy has been a fantastic field, not only for STEM students, but also for the public at large. So if you ask me once again, is citizen science and astronomy a STEM field? And the answer is going to be yes. Now, before I finish this presentation, I'd like to give thanks to our Director of Physical and Life Sciences Department, Dr. Benjamin Ayetunji, and the team of the Physical and Life Science who have put in so much effort to make sure this webinar outreach programs becomes a success, and also to the Hex-Star Universe and the SA Citizen Scientists for such an opportunity. So we thank you, and we also encourage the STEM students to diverge into citizen science. Thank you. I don't know if you have any questions, or probably.
It was really a lovely presentation, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful presentation. Now I think we can move on to our next speaker for today. Now I'd like to request Mrs. Amoli Kakkar, ma'am, to proceed with today's session. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I hope you are able to see my screen, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So hello, everyone. This is Amoli. I'm from Jaipur and a part of SA Citizen Science Group, where we do a number of citizen science projects under different platforms. So today's topic, STEM and citizen science, are they really interrelated to each other? Yes. First of all, I would like to go with the definition that what does actually STEM stands for. STEM actually stands for the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, without which I think so survival in this 21st century is not at all possible. And the Citizen Science Project refer to the work which has been taken by the members of the general public in collaboration with some kind of an institution or some professional scientists. Now, what is the importance of citizen science projects actually? The importance of citizen science projects means that it can help the communities to address local challenges and promote the social and economic development by using the scientific approach. Earlier, as we live in India, the people are quite orthodox. Now, the new generation has an intellect of science in them, and they try to encourage people to think in a scientific way. So citizen science projects can help them do their scientific work. This helps us to bring about a change in society by increasing the scientific and logical intellect while addressing any kind of problem persistent in our community or in our society. Now, what are the benefits of STEM and citizen science projects? Like, we can have a benefit for the communities, for individuals, or for the societies as a whole. The advantages for the communities could be like community can be engaged as a whole. The children in the communities can be taught together, and their scientific intellect could be increased. Advantages for the individuals could be like to develop skills, knowledge, and confidence related to scientific projects. Advantages for the society could be, yes.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Are you sharing your screen or sharing any presentation? Because the sharing is not visible. If you are.
Okay. Just a sec.
Sure.
I just wanted to share, but I don't know. I'll share it once again. I think so. The sharing is not working. Do I have the permission?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Yes. Am I able to share my screen? Is my screen visible
Yes,
now?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay. Thank you. Now, for the strategies for empowering the communities through STEM and citizen science project, what could we do actually? Now, we can collaborate through the local organizations like the schools or some scientific organizations which can help people to leverage the resources and expertise. Engaging with the community members will help us build trust and interest for the participation, and they can provide us with the access of resources and equipments we need to do the citizen science projects. Now, what could be the impact? This would bring about a change in the society, in the community, by increasing the scientific literacy, improved community health and well-being. When the people are educated, they know the pros and the cons of a certain situation. They will be well alarmed or well equipped while facing any kind of a situation. Enhanced social and economic development. These projects can promote social and economic development by addressing local challenges and promoting innovation. Now, what could be the future directions for STEM and citizen science projects? Like, if we want to, we don't want to restrict our citizen science projects to a particular community or to a group of people. We want to expand their access to the citizen science projects and their participation. By doing so, we can take the help from the incorporating technology and innovations. We can address the social challenges and needs for the same, like the climate change or the health or the social justice, or be it nature or oceanography or anything. Now, what are the benefits of taking part in any kind of a citizen science project? I am talking not only for astronomy, I am talking as a whole. Now, the benefits for the amateurs could be that they could learn and develop new kind of skills. Their scientific intellect would develop. The chance to contribute to a meaningful research, and the personal fulfillment and engagement in science. Like, we see in our society that many students are interested in science. They have the caliber, they have the intellect, but they are unable to explore themselves. So citizen science projects can help themselves explore themselves. They can choose the topic according to their requirement or according to their interest. Now, what could be the benefit to the scientist? why do we distribute the scientific data to the community? Just because there is loads of information which needs to be analyzed, and we have a group of very few scientists in the world who are able to analyze a very small amount of information. For that, we need community people, general public, or the students who can help us do that, which can lead to potential new discoveries and innovation. Now, what could be the benefits for the society? Improved scientific literacy and understanding, potential positive environmental and social impact, increased public trust in science and scientists. Like the people, when they are aware of the pros and cons of some particular situation, they can act accordingly. We talk about the global warming, we talk about the cutting of trees, which should be reduced. But if the people think logically, if the people think scientifically, they will know that, yes, why is it important to preserve these resources? Now, what kind of challenges do we face while doing the citizen science projects? Actually, the data quality and reliability are the main two points which we need to look upon, because sometimes the data quality provided by the citizen science projects have issue. Moreover, some scientists do not believe on the analysis done by the general public. Some kind of inaccuracies may be pertaining to that particular citizen science projects. Some financial sustainability of these projects is often a concern for the community. Now, how can we go for the growth of these kind of opportunities? By integration and emerging the technologies. 21st century has a very wide amount of technology which is available, and the kids are accessing that kind of technology. We can use that technology power to enhance our citizen science projects. We can collaborate and partnership with the professional scientists and organizations to bring about a change in the society. Then we have, how do we actually design an effective project? See, designing a good citizen science project needs to be thought about in the perspective of that the objective should be clear. We should use some particular centered design and adaptive management, engaging diverse and inclusive participants, and ensuring the scientific rigor and ethical standards. Now, some kind of citizen science projects which are available in the market for the citizen science in astronomy are, like, we have the platform of Zooniverse, which is very widely used, Globe at Night, and Galaxy Zoo. Now, Zooniverse is a platform which offers a wide variety of citizen science projects, be it in medicine, be it in literature, be it in nature, be it in oceanography, be it in space or astronomy. So here, what they do is they provide us with the data. They want the citizen science scientists to analyze the data and just report it back to them. Globe at Night is an international scientific research program that measures the light pollution in the sky. We as astronomers, we look up to the sky at night, but we hardly see any stars. Only the brighter ones. Only the brighter ones are visible. So just to measure the amount of light pollution in a particular city or in a particular area, this citizen science project can help you out. Galaxy Zoo is also a citizen science project which allows us to classify the galaxies based on their shape, whether they are elliptical or spherical, whether they are whether they are what do we say? Whether they are combining with each other or not. Like in a different way, we can analyze the galaxies. Now, in the platform of the Zooniverse, where I have been working very frequently, we have a project called as Exoplanet Hunters, which hunts for the planets which are outside our solar system. The exoplanets will be discovered through the methods such as the transit method or the radial velocity method. Another project is Asteroid Hunters. Asteroids are basically, we all know, small rocky objects that orbit around the sun. Now, IASC is a platform, is an organization which offers a citizen science project known as the IASC campaign, which runs for about a month. And this campaign selects students from all over the world who analyze the data which IASC provides. There is one more citizen science project known as the Variable Star Observation, which has been conducted by the American Association of Variable Star Observers, where we study the brightness which the stars exhibit over the time. Solar observations. Sunspotter or the AAVSO or the Solar Storm Watch, they allow the astronomers to observe the sun using the solar filters or the telescopes to understand the sun activity. Now, these are the kind of rewards which you get when you complete a particular citizen science project. Like the first one is a certificate provided by International Astronomical Research Search Collaboration, IASC, in which the citizen scientist runs the campaign for about a month and then achieves a certificate from them that they have found a object or a probable asteroid. So, and the second one is a project on Zooniverse platform called as the Supernova Hunters, where we hunt the supernovas, the probable supernovas. So in conclusion, I would like to say that citizen science have benefits, challenges, and some kind of future directions also for us. Now we actually need for action and participation within our society so that the citizen science initiative and support, which can support the scientific growth. The implications for astronomy and citizen science can increase public engagement, data collection, and scientific discovery. So this is all what I would like to say in regard to the topic of STEM and citizen science projects. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful presentation. Now I think we can move on to our Q&A session for today. So participants, if you have any questions to either any of our speakers, you can feel free to ask your questions. Either you can ask it in the chat and we will read out the questions, or you can also turn on your mic and ask your questions today. Thank you.
All right, Manish, do I have the floor?
Yeah, sure. Please ask your question.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. And it's a pleasure to meet everyone on this platform. My name is Solomon, and I'm from Nigeria. Particularly, I'm with the Nigerian Space Agency, NASRDA. And I would like to thank the presenters, Philippa and Amoli. Thank you very much for the wonderful presentations you've made concerning involving the public in our scientific processes, especially with respect to space science and astronomy, to be precise. There's just one fundamental observation I'm going to make that will make quite a whole lot of difference. When we're talking about involving the public in our scientific process, for a long time now, you've heard from the public that maybe space studies or scientific studies in space is something that is made for genius, and then they feel that they cannot be part of it. But then it becomes necessary to take cue all around the globe from what NASA is doing to involve the public in our scientific process. If the only advantage is for them to even first come to be aware of what is happening in space and in astronomy, that is a big plus. But then the observation I want to make is this, that we have gone beyond STEM now to STEAM. Okay, so when we say STEM, it means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So the scope is still quite limited. So those that are not STEM inclined will still feel, well, I'm not a scientist. Well, I don't know nothing about technology. I don't know nothing in engineering. Wow, mathematics is a phobia. I don't want to go close to it. So you got to get me out. So there is an addition of A, right? So instead of STEM, we have STEAM, STEAM, right? STEAM, like steam coming from steam engine, right? So the A there is art. So, art is being included. So if you don't know nothing about science, you don't know nothing about technology, engineering, or mathematics, you can do something in art. There are people that are good at art. They may draw, they may tell the story, they can keep up with the history, they can keep up with the literature, they can keep up with any other thing. As a matter of fact, an example is if you have a couple of kids and you make them to come, maybe you make them to make doll with respect to the size of the universe. You see or size of the solar system, the planets that we have in our solar system, right? That is art being involved in our scientific process. So as we're ready to take out this campaign out there to involve the public, there are those that are not STEM inclined, but if you're not STEM inclined, at least you are artistic in your inclination. So those that are art inclined, they are not left out too. So let's involve the campaign. Let's involve them in the campaign. This has always been said that, okay, those of us in the art, I'm a scientist anyways, but they have always said that, oh, we have been left out. We have been left out because we are art inclined. So let's make it STEAM so that it will have a broader scope involving the whole member of the public. That's my observation. But once again, thank you so much for your presentation.
Solomon,
All
I
right.
would like to add something. I am neither a scientist, I am neither an engineer. I am just a science student who has done my graduation in science, but had an inclination towards astronomy, which taught me so many things, and which I was inclined towards the citizen science projects, and I have learned so much from it.
Yeah,
So
that's
the A part which you have included is quite right.
that is fantastic. That is good to know.
Yeah. Let me add just a quick one. For the purpose of this webinar is just for STEM students. It's just a webinar. That doesn't mean that the scope is restricted to only the science students. However, there are artistic competitions in astronomy that involves the art students as well. So when we say citizen science, it does not say only scientists. It means the general public, whether you're from your art or you're an artist or whatever scope or field. But just for the course of this presentation, our focus is on STEM. However, we intend to have more presentations and more webinars to include this scope. So it's a fantastic idea that you have shared. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Solomon, for the wonderful words. Now I think we can move on to our next question. Or if anyone else want to share anything, please feel free.
Yes, Shubhadeep. Shubhadeep, you may ask your question.
Shubhadeep, as well as anyone else, please, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask your question.
Philippa ma'am, if I would like to ask you, what do you actually do at your organization? What are the actual purposes like you fulfill? Are you totally into astronomy or into something else also?
Our space agency is for, like I said, the fundamental policy is for space development and technology. So it's just a broad range. However, I am under the Physical and Life Sciences department as an astrochemist. So where we imbibe our webinars and also involve in astronomy and other wide range, as long as it's in line with our mandate.
Okay.
So I think I should ask you a question too, Molly. And now that you have shed more light on the involvement of volunteers, starter skills for people who are just new in the field of astronomy and citizen science, what is that special little skill that they need to have before they can participate?
I think so, ma'am. One must have an inclination towards learning more. The first and the foremost thing. They have to have an eagerness to learn something new, something more. And they have to have some inclination towards the science and technology as well. Because citizen science projects use technology for their what do we say, the implementation of the project. So I think so inclination and an eagerness to learn something more is the most foremost thing which I feel is necessary, because I had both. I was just a homemaker and now I am recognized as a citizen scientist. Why? Because I have been using these projects to enhance my knowledge, to take part in different kind of citizen science projects. Ultimately, you get to know so many things. You get to meet so many people, and you get to know their ideas, what they are thinking about that particular project. So it really is remarkable, and you get to learn so many things. That's the main thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We don't know if the coordinator has any further questions or call it a wrap.
I think so. There are no more questions now.
Since there are no more questions, I think we'll be moving on towards ending the session. So before ending this session, I would like to say a few things about ourselves. And as Hex-Star Universe, we will be launching a new live session on 24th of April, which will be on careers on aerospace engineering with an aerospace engineer from NASA. So George Salazar. So if anyone is really interested in choosing it as a career path, please join this session. We will be sharing our registration link on the chat box here. And also, if anyone misses to register themselves for the session, they can also subscribe to our YouTube channels. We'll be live streaming it also on YouTube, so that like if you miss it, you will be notified there. Give me a second, I'll share the link for registration. So, and also we have also already launched our CubeSat kit, which is really our focus in building this CubeSat kit was making it accessible to all. So it is we have released it at 2 price points, which are really accessible to everyone, so that students can buy it and assemble along with the instructions that has been already given, and they
Manish,
can
I would like to ask
assemble
you
it and use it.
I would like
Yes,
to ask
sure.
you one thing. Is that CubeSat kit really, do we really launch it or we just assemble it?
So they can assemble it and do if they want, they can do their own experiments. And also we will be releasing our launch service also, which at first we'll be launching with drone. And in a few months, we'll be targeting to launch it with a balloon as well. And in future, if we can, we will be sharing that news also, that will be up for rocket launch also, so that we can do suborbital launches.
Great.
And so yeah, so I've already shared the order link for the CubeSat kits also. So if any students want to order it, they can order it through the links, and will be delivered. It will be delivered all around the world. And so now I think we can conclude our session. So firstly, I would like to thank both of our speakers, Philippa Udi and Amoli Kakkar ma'am, for this wonderful presentation. I'm sure a lot of our participants have learned a lot from this session, and it will also make them really feel like they have to participate in the citizen science projects and learn from it. And also, I would like to thank our collaborator for this session, is a Citizen Science Group. And so before ending this session, I would like to request everyone to turn on their camera once, so that we can take a picture.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. And also, lastly, I'd like to thank all our participants for joining us today and making this session a successful one. Thank you, everyone. And with this, I think we can end our session here for today. Thank you.
Thank you.